Inside the camp, Mrs. Joan Van was looking at the special decorations done by Yoongi for Tae's surprise birthday party. A visible line of smile was printed on her face as she identified the bunny, smiling with doe eyes. Taehyung making elephant with the moles as the eyes. Unnecessarily, a few drops of tears escaped from her eyes uncontrollably. Hurriedly, she wiped out the evidence of the unexpected emotions while looking around. Jungkook was sitting in front of the campfire, roasting marshmallows, trying to form a plan. How would he approach his wife to take off her socks in the freezing winter night when he knew they didn't bring any spare pairs? His eyes were fixed on the marshmallow on the fire, but his mind was not. Emptying the camp, Van walked towards Cook. Cook smiled nervously but could see a certain kind of calmness in his wife's eyes. Are you satisfied, surprising Taehyung? He asked while patting on the chair beside him, gestured her to sit there. You know each other since you were kids. When asked, though she knew the answer. Cook nodded in agree, curving a proud smile on his face. Jinhyung was the only who had a degree. You know when. Even being the youngest son of his family, he is like the mother bird. He took care of us. So you are close to the mother bird? Van asked. 10 long years, Van. We are more than closest to each other, Cook answered. Van wrapped herself in Cook's embrace while Cook secured themselves with a warm blanket wrap. And what about Tehangoppa? Were you not close? She asked with determined eyes. Cook, we all are close to each other. Then tell me a story about my Oppa. You are the youngest, so how did he console you when you felt low? I mean, to cheer you up. Cook, he used to make elephant, grabbing his skin between two moles on his right arm. I saw the pictures and remembered how surprised I was when I first figured out that. When nodded. The certain calmness in her eyes referred clearly that she was in the process of winning something precious. Meanwhile, Tay and the oldest one joined the couple. Cook took off his socks. Warm up your feet, everyone. Tay and Jin followed him, but Van kept her socks on. Jin, come on, Mrs. Bunny. Van, yeah, I'm coming on, but for what? Jin, throw your socks away and enjoy the campfire. Warm up your feet, warm up your body, warm up your soul. One looked at him, didn't dare to say no as his calm and cold gaze were fixed on her. She quietly took off her socks and raised her bare legs a little towards the warm campfire. What about having some firecrackers to celebrate Tay's birthday? The older ones suggested, and the younger ones giggled and nodded to support the mother bird. They looked at the newest member of the Jones. When Cook looked at her. It's cold outside. I think I should go inside the camp. Van smiled forcefully, tried her best to avoid the firecracker thing politely. Are you okay, Van? The elder one asked with concerned tone. No, she's not. Am I right, Van? They spoke and everyone looked at him with surprise, even Van. Van, are you afraid of firecrackers? Though they formally asked her the question, staring at her eyes, which were confused, at the same time trying her best to avoid the topic of the situation, but at the end she gave up. She could feel she was already choked up by the turbulent emotional ups and downs. Taking the water bottle, she drank some water, tried to stable herself in front of them. Actually, I had burnt myself with the firecrackers and I still have the burnt mark on my leg since then. I just prefer to witness the beautiful scenery from a distance. Cook was about to explode in excitement, but as he looked at Tay, he was informed that he needed to stop. Jin gently patted on Van's shoulder. I'm not forcing you, but you can create beautiful memories together by witnessing the firecrackers from a little closer. And don't worry, don't get scared. As long as Cook is with you, you're safe. And feel free to be scared. I'm sure he will console you. Cook smiled as Jean told those words that were true. Embracing her into his embrace, he pecked on her forehead. Just hold my hand. And soon the dark night sky was filled with the beautiful sparkles of lights. Are you okay? Comfortable? We can watch it from inside the camp. Jungkook was concerned, wearing a gentle smile when whispered in his ears. It's beautiful, Cook. I wish I wasn't a coward. I wish our relationship to be as bright as tonight. Cook chuckled, embracing her more tighter. He attached his lips with her. Close your eyes, he whispered when closed her eyes, and all she could feel that she was holding a wire of shorter length. Is it sparklers? She almost whimpered, yet didn't dare to open her eyes. It's over. Put it on the bin. Jungkook broke the One opened her eyes and put the burnt sparkler into the bin. Wanna try another one? The elder one offered a sparkler with a smirk to the confused lady in Jungkook's embrace. Was it that much scary? Jungkook actually wanted to lighten up the sparkler his Jin Hyung offered. We were watching the fireworks. You can have it when they joined the conversation. It was good. I will try it next time when I would want to celebrate something. When took the sparkler from the elder. It's 1 o'clock. We will definitely catch cold. Let's go inside the camp. They and Jin nodded in agreement with the proposal and went inside the camp. When was about to move towards the camp when she felt her hand was gently held by Cook. Stay for a few minutes with me. Wan looked at him. What if I say I'm impatient? I'm impatient enough to wait for the next time. What if I would be in a business tour and something would happen and you would have to celebrate without me? He spoke out what was in his mind. I want to lit the sparkler that Jin Hyung gave you. I want to be the one with you when you would lit up the first sparkler. Am I asking for too much? No, you are not asking for too much. After disgracing myself in every possible way in front of you, I still want to show off the graceful version of mine. Man smiled. And I have a reason to celebrate actually. Jungkook. Is it the reunion? When? No. Jungkook. Surprising Taehyung? When? No. You guess. Jungkook's heart started pounding as his mind only could think about his conversation with Tae, about the burnt scar on her leg. He suddenly recalled when asking him about how they consoled him when he felt low. He was confused. His eyes tried to solve the puzzle in Wen's eyes. I I don't have any idea actually. He stammered. When I like this feeling. I don't know whether love is this or not, but I want to be with you. I want to be spoiled by you. I want you to warm me up in the coldest winter night in your embrace. I really want to pause for a moment and appreciate you for not loving me when you had met after so many months. The way you communicated with them while embracing me. I was honored, Jungkook, as your wife. I felt so proud. I felt like this is love and I want to celebrate this moment with you. Thank you for asking me to stay here. when gave him the sparkler Jin gave her. Jungkook chuckled, but I got some spare ones. In case if you would not be ready to give your precious one sparkler, even at the moment when I would be the angriest, I would still consider you as one of the most precious one who has always enriched me. One could feel that she was choked by her own emotional status, but may I have the spare ones? Jungkook while lightening up the sparkler. I have never imagined how my partner would look when I was single, but definitely imagined being this much cozy. These talks, like I always wanted to be appreciated for my existence, and wifey, it's more beautiful to experience the whole thing than I imagined.